All right, so in this video we're going to give you a quick introduction to moments. So before we get started, let's just really quickly go over what a moment actually is. So a moment is the tendency that an object has to bend or rotate about a certain axis or point. And this bending or rotation is caused by some force. All right, so how do we calculate a moment? A moment is calculated by taking this force and multiplying it by the perpendicular distance between the point and the force. Now, it's really important that it's the perpendicular distance. That is essential because that is what's going to cause the rotation. For example, if we get a visual, let's just say we have a beam, all right, and let's just say it's sitting on two walls. And there's some force acting in the middle of that beam. Now, we want to know the moment about the end of the beam. So we're going to take this force right here and multiply it by its perpendicular distance to that point. Now, it's the perpendicular distance because when we push down, when this force pushes down at this point, the beam has a tendency to want to rotate about this point, and so the moment being caused by this force is going to be the distance here. If we did a vertical distance here, we're not getting that rotation action that's being caused. But pushing here wants to rotate here, so it's that distance there. Similarly, if we have a column that is fixed to the ground and we have a force acting here, that force might be the wind, perhaps. It's going to be this perpendicular distance here, because the x distance isn't going to cause any rotation, but that distance there. So if we have a beam, and let's just say this beam is fixed to a wall, and so it's cantilevered out, and there's some force acting over here. Maybe think about like a diving board into a swimming pool, right? It's fixed over here on this end, and it's free over here, and the person's over here jumping up and down, right? Again, it's going to be this perpendicular distance here that's going to cause your moment. Now, let's just say another example. We have a beam, and this end is being supported by some wall that it's just resting on. And this end over here is being supported by a rope that is attached to a wall up here. So if we were to draw a free body diagram of this situation, we'll have our beam, we'll have our reaction from the wall. Because the wall is holding that beam up, the wall is pushing up on that beam and holding it in place. And then over on the other end, we have a tension force from that rope that is also holding up the beam. So if we were going to take a moment about this end right here, the left end, what would be our perpendicular distance from this tension force over to this point? It's kind of hard to visualize, but we can break down this tension force into X and Y components. And then, once we have that broken down, we can take this perpendicular distance and multiply it by the Y force, and then this perpendicular distance, which actually doesn't exist in this case, and multiply it by the X force. And the reason that that perpendicular distance for the X force is 0 is because that tension force is acting through the center of that beam. And so the X force actually aligns with that axis. So the distance between that vertical distance there, the perpendicular distance, is actually 0. But we can still break this tension force down into its components and then get the perpendicular distance from there. All right, so another example would be if we had some sort of frame system and let's just say that that's fixed to the ground. And there's some force going in that direction. Might be a combination of some wind uplift force and some wind lateral force. It doesn't really matter, but there's a force acting in that direction. And we want to know the moment taken about this point right here. We'll just call that point A. So, what we're going to do is similar to what we did on the last problem. So I'm just going to draw a free body diagram of what's going on. When you draw your free body diagram and you're going from here to here, the lines you're drawing down here represent the center of gravity of whatever's up here. So that way you don't have to draw out the whole like beam or column. You can just draw a line representing the center of gravity of that thing. And as you can see up here, this again is acting at the center of gravity of that top beam of the frame. All right, so now that we have our figure for our free body diagram, we can add our forces. So we're going to take the moment about this point down here. And up here, we again can break the force into X and Y components. So for our x component, to take the moment about this point down here, we're going to multiply it by its perpendicular distance to that point. So the x component always is associated with the y distance. Similarly, the y component is associated with the x distance. So this is the perpendicular distance for that y force. See how it makes a 90-degree angle here? And for that x force, it's going to be the y distance. See how it makes a 90-degree angle there. So for the moment about point A, it's going to be the y component times that x distance plus the x component times that y distance. So now that we understand a little bit of the basics of what's going on, let's go ahead and do an example. Let's look at a simply supported beam. Now, when I say simply supported, it means that it's pinned on one end, like here, and there's a roller on the other end here. And what that means is when there's a pinned connection, it means that the beam can't move in the x or y direction. When there's a roller, like over here, the beam is free to move in the x direction, but it can't move in the y direction. All right, and let's just say we have 10 pounds. And the length of this beam, we'll just say is 20 feet, so it's 10 feet to the force and then another 10 feet. And we'll call this point A over here and point B over here. All right, so if we are trying to find the moment about, point A. So the moment about point A is going to be equal to the force times the perpendicular distance from the force to the point that you're being asked to find the moment about. So in this example, our force is 10 pounds. And our perpendicular distance is, again, we have a y force, so it's going to be our x distance, which is 10 feet. So our moment about A is 100 foot-pounds. Or pound-feet, it doesn't matter. That one kind of goes back and forth. I've heard it both ways. A little psych reference there. Yeah, so it's pretty much as simple as that. If you have any questions, About this video, feel free to contact me. At that email address, Taylor's Tutoring, etc. @gmail.com. Or at the bottom of the page, there is a chat function. And you can go ahead and click on that, and that'll send an email to me as well. Also, check out our written examples. They will go through a little bit more complicated than the example that we just did. If you're having trouble understanding that, or the flow of any of those written problems, feel free to reach out to me. Again, any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'm here to help you out.